Hello everybody, dear students. Today we'll be discussing about some important characteristics related to the class Mammalia, and the characteristic features of the Mammalia are very important because we human beings are also belonging to the class Mammalia only. So let's talk about some general characteristics. First of all, that Cenozoic era is called as golden age of mammals. Cenozoic era is called as the golden age of the mammals. Study of mammals is called as mammalogy. Study of mammals is called as mammalogy. Now if I talk about the habitat, where they live, then the habitat of the mammalia is that they are cosmopolitan. They are found worldwide. They may be aquatic, terrestrial. They may be aquatic, terrestrial or aerial. Means some can fly also. So they may be aquatic, terrestrial or aerial. They may be found in caves, deserts, alright, polar ice, grasslands, etc. They are found in a number of habitats. Alright, so they are cosmopolitan. Now if I talk about their body parts, then the body parts, they have 4 body parts. The body is divided into 4 parts, that is head, neck, trunk and tail. Head, neck, trunk and tail. Body is divided into 4 parts. Now skin is thick and glandular. Have many glands on the skin, say for sweat glands, mammary glands, sebaceous glands. You know what are sebaceous glands? Sebaceous glands are oil glands. Sweat glands release sweat. Alright. So skin is thick and glandular. They have two pairs of pentadactyl limbs. In some, remember this thing, that in some aquatic mammals, hind limbs are absent, right? Or I can say in aquatic mammals, hind limbs are absent. So generally they have 2 pairs of pentadactyl limbs, means 2 pairs means 4. Actually they are belonging to the tetrapoda, because mammalia belongs to which class? Superclass. It belongs to superclass tetrapoda. So tetrapoda means, poda means legs and tetra means 4. So they have either 2 pairs or 4 legs. Alright. So in aquatic mammals, hind limbs can be absent. Pentadactyl means they have 5 digits in each limb. Are you getting? Now the next point is that they have the mammary glands. This is the most important feature. This is the most important feature of the class Mammalia, that the mammals have the mammary glands, and the name mammalia is also coming from that is mammary word is coming from, right, that is the mammalia only. So mammary glands are present, and these mammary glands secrete milk, which is used to, mammary glands are meant for secreting milk, which are used to nourish young ones, which are used to nourish young ones, which are used to nourish young ones. All right, now few more characters. Now if I talk about the hairs in the entire animal kingdom, you have not seen any phylum where the hairs are present, but the mammals are the only members in the entire animal kingdom in which the hairs are absent. So body is covered by hairs. Body is covered by hairs. There is an exception. Hairs are absent in order Cetacea, which is the order of aquatic mammals. So hairs are absent in order Cetacea of mammals. Otherwise all the members are having the hairs, on the body. So mammary gland is a peculiar feature found only in mammals. Hairs are peculiarly found only in the mammals. Now presence of diaphragm between abdominal cavity and thoracic cavity. Are you getting? This is the diaphragm. Here is the diaphragm present. So the portion above the diaphragm is the thoracic cavity, the portion below the diaphragm is the abdominal cavity, and this diaphragm is meant for, respiration, means it helps in respiration, defecation. You know what is defecation? A removal of waste matter. Defecation. Micturition is release of urine, and parturition, it helps in baby birth. Diaphragm helps in baby birth. It helps in release of urine. It helps in removal of waste matter. So presence of diaphragm between abdominal cavity and thoracic cavity. Diaphragm is a unique feature of the mammals. All right. Now presence of ear pinna. Presence of ear pinna is a feature of mammals. Presence of ear pinna is a feature of mammals, but ear pinna is absent in monotremata members. Monotremata were basically the prototherians. All right. So presence of ear pinna is a feature of mammals, but ear pinna is absent in monotremata members. All right. Now presence of 7 cervical vertebra. exception is there. Normally 7 cervical vertebrae are there in the mammals, but exceptions are there in mantis, that is sea cow. Instead of 7, 6 cervical vertebra, 6 cervical vertebra found. And in Bradypus, how many? 9 or 10 cervical vertebrae found. So these are the exceptions. Otherwise 7 cervical vertebrae are found. Otherwise 7 cervical vertebrae are found. Ear pinna is the feature of the mammals. Diaphragm is the feature of the mammals. Body is covered by hairs. Mammary glands are present. Now let's talk about some more features about the mammals. These all are very important features, beta, and questions may be asked anytime from the mammalia section. Now mammals are warm-blooded. Mammals are warm-blooded means they are homeothermals. Their body temperature remains constant. Their body temperature never change with the ambient temperature. Their body temperature is constant. Means mammals are warm-blooded. And one more point, that is corpus callosum present. Which is the unique feature of the mammals only, that the corpus callosum is present. What is corpus callosum? It is found between 2 cerebral hemispheres. It is found between 2 cerebral hemispheres. Corpus callosum. This is the unique feature of the mammals, found only in the mammals only. Now one more point, 4 optic lobes in midbrain. 4 optic lobes in midbrain, and it is called as corpora. There are 4 optic lobes now, so it is called as corpora quadrigemina. Out of the 4, 2 are meant for analysis of vision, and 2 are meant for analysis of hearing. Are you getting? So 4 optic lobes are present in the midbrain, and the 4 optic lobes are together called as corpora quadrigemina. Skull is dicondylic. What is dicondylic skull, beta? 2 occipital condyles. 2 occipital condyles present in skull, and that's why it is called as dicondylic. That's why the skull is called as dicondylic. Okay, skull is dicondylic. Now vertebra is amphiplatian type. Very important. Amphiplatian type. Vertebra are amphiplatian type. What is amphiplatian type of vertebra? That is vertebra, the centrum of vertebra is flat from both sides. Amphiplatian. Amphi means both. Platian means flat. Centrum of vertebra is flat from both sides. Fine. Now 3 ear ossicles. 3 ear ossicles found in middle ear. In each middle ear. 3 ear ossicles are found in each middle ear. That is, malleus incus, and third one is stapes. For learning purpose, you can remember like this type: MES, that is Malleus, incus and stapes. Malleus, incus and stapes. So they are warm-blooded. Corpus callosum present between the two cerebral hemisphere. 4 optic lobes are found in midbrains. 2 are meant for hearing, 2 are meant for vision. Skull is dicondylic. Vertebrae are amphiplatean type. 3 ear ossicles are found in middle ear, in each middle ear, that is Malleus, incus and stapes. Malleus, incus and stapes. Now few more characters, that is they have a larynx. They have a larynx which is called a sound producing organ. They have a larynx which is sound producing organ. They have larynx which is sound producing organ, right? In we people also, in human beings also, we are having the larynx for the production of the sound. All right, next, anus and urogenital. Anus and urogenital ducts open separately, that is cloaca absent. Cloaca absent, but exceptionally cloaca, which is a common chamber, is found in prototherians. Actually, when the anus and the urogenital duct open outside through a common pore, then it is called as the cloaca, which is a feature of prototherians. But in all advanced mammals, the anus and the urogenital duct open separately, means cloaca is absent. Next, if we talk about the digestive system, so the digestive system is complete. Digestive system is complete, and it consists of the alimentary canal. It consists of the alimentary canal and the digestive glands like liver, pancreas and salivary glands. So mammals have a complete digestive system. Now respiration occur with the help of paired lungs. Respiration occur with the help of paired lungs. All right, so we have completed digestive system, respiratory system, then circulatory system. If we talk about the circulatory system, then heart is 4-chambered. Heart is 4-chambered. Heart is 4-chambered, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, or 2 atria plus 2 ventricle. All right, heart is 4-chambered. Left aorta present. Left aorta present, which supplies pure blood to entire body, which supplies pure blood to entire body. Left aorta present. RBC non-nucleated. RBC non-nucleated except camel and llama, where RBC is nucleated. What I want to say, beta, that is RBC is non-nucleated, but exceptionally camel and llama, which are also mammals, have nucleated RBC, which is an exception. All right, so larynx is the sound producing organ, Anus and urogenital ducts open separately, means cloaca absent, but cloaca is found in prototherian members. Digestive system is complete, which consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. Respiration occur by a pair of the lungs. Circulatory system, here the heart is 4-chambered, 2 atria and 2 ventricles found. Left aorta is present, which supplies pure blood to the different body parts. RBC is non-nucleated, but the RBC of the camel and the llama is nucleated. All right. Now, if I talk about the excretion, then excretion occur with the help of one pair of metanephric kidneys. All right. So excretion by one pair of metanephric kidney, right? Organisms are ureotelic. You know what is ureotelic, beta? Ureotelic means they excrete urea. Now in them double circulation is found. Double circulation means blood moves from heart 2 times. So double circulation found, right? RBC consists of respiratory pigment known as hemoglobin. RBC consists of a red colored respiratory pigment known as the hemoglobin. All right. So this also you must remember, that excretion by one pair of metanephric kidney. Organisms are ureotelic. Double circulation found. RBC consists of respiratory pigment. And cerebrum and cerebellum very much developed. Cerebrum and cerebellum are very much developed, right? And this is the largest part of the brain, cerebrum. Cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain. All right. Now hepatic portal system present. You know what is hepatic portal system present? Means the veins which are coming from the different parts of the body do not open first into the heart. They first open into the liver, where the detoxification occur, and ultimately they open in the heart. But renal portal system is absent. Sinus venous in heart absent. Sinus venous is actually present in those members, all right, where the heart is ill developed. All right. So sinus venous here is absent. Sinus venous in heart is absent in the mammals. All right. It might be well developed in the amphibians and the fishes. So cerebrum and cerebellum very much developed. Hepatic portal system present. Renal portal system absent. Sinus venous absent. And teeth of how many types? Teeth of 3 types. Say for one is known as we can call it as heterodont. What do you mean by heterodont? Different types of teeth. Heterodont means different types of teeth. You might be knowing incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Incisions are meant for cutting, canines are meant for tearing, and premolars and molars are meant for cutting. You know. Heterodont. Diphyodont means teeth erupt 2 times. One is the milk teeth, One are the milk teeth, another are known as the permanent teeth. So teeth erupt 2 times, milk teeth fall, and in that place permanent teeth are replaced. Heterodont, diphyodont, thecodont. What is thecodont, beta? Thecodont is teeth embedded in jaw sockets. Teeth are embedded in jaw sockets. So this is the teeth: heterodont, diphyodont, and thecodont. Now coming to the next one, next few more characters. Now if I talk about that the embryo, or I can say it as fetus, the fetus is attached to mother through placenta. That's why those mammals in which placenta are found are called as placental mammals. So embryo or the fetus is attached to mother through placenta to provide nutrition, alright, gaseous exchange and excretion, alright. So the exchange of the gases as well as the excretion and the nutrition all occur through the placenta, and placenta is a connection between the mother and the fetus. Alright, 12 pairs of cranial nerves. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are found in them. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are found. Next, all the mammals are amniotes. You know what is the meaning of amniotes? Amniotes means organisms which have extra embryonic. I am not talking about the embryonic membranes. I am not talking about ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Extra embryonic membranes present. You know what is the meaning of extra embryonic membranes? That is amnion, chorion, allantois, and yolk sac. Amnion, chorion, allantois, and yolk sac. So these extra embryonic membranes are present, and hence they are called as amniotes. Parental care found. Your parents care about you, and the parents are cared by their parents. Alright, so parental care found. Parental care is of best type. Best type. And eggs are which type? Alecythal, or I can say it as alecythal eggs. Alecythal, or I can say it as microlecythal. What is alecythal or microlecythal? Very less amount of yolk or yolk absent or in little quantity. When it is found in little quantity, it is called as microlecythal. When the yolk is absent, it is called as alecythal. So eggs are alecythal or microlecythal. Exception, prototherians have macrolecythal egg. You know what is macrolecythal? Egg with rich yolk. So exception, prototherians have macrolecythal egg. Otherwise the eggs are alecythal. Now a development is direct. You know what is the meaning of the direct development? That is larva absent. Direct development means larva is absent. All right. So dear students, these were some of the important features of the class Mammalia, and they are very, very important. Each character is unique in itself. All right. So question may be asked in examination, and today we have discussed the general features. In the next upcoming video, we will be discussing about the classification of the class Mammalia. So thanks a lot for watching me.